So, in the last part you might have seen that I put the talking Baga into the online pits. He did pretty well for a little bit, until he met a spear-throwing psychopath, and he got his kicked in. Well, I must be cursed by this orc, because guess what?
Swine! I served you in battle, and you repaid my service by letting me get cut down. Now, I'm going to cut you down.
The legendary talking Bagabug has returned after being slaughtered in the pits. And honestly, I'm incredibly disappointed in you, Bagabug. Hang on a second, he's come back to life and betrayed me, and the Caragor is still on my team. I'll be honest, I don't think that glitch is ever going to be fixed. I take out the Caragor that's very confused about his alliances. Bagabug falls to the floor. I summon in my explodey guys, who are my only friends at this point. I then go to work taking on Bagabug and weakening him the only way I know possible. 1. To use Elven Light poison attacks. The poison does enrage him, but it's the only element that he is actually affected by. And 2. To use my explosive attack over and over again. This combo, if used behind him, will mess him up. It'll daze him and he won't be able to counter it. And there we go. Just like that, he is broken.
At my side you will fight. You cannot break my will.
I know why he's refusing to rejoin my side. He doesn't want to go back into the pits. That leaves me with only one choice. After I tried my best to scramble Bagabug's brains, I decide I need to track him down. I discover he's in the southern west part of the map. I call my Drake, and we set off on our hunt. Arriving in this area, I find what looks like the start of a feast. Using this, Talion's able to use his especially powerful Nazgul nose to follow the scent of the grog, and that leads us right to him. I sneak over to the area, take out one of these guards, and then I move in to get a closer look at what's going on here. They're having a goddamn party. What are they celebrating? Bagabug coming back to life? He just got shamed, and he's shaking it off like it was nothing. Look at that smug face. If he wants to drink, I'll give him a drink. With Bagabug distracted, I dive on in to try and get a sneaky blow.
You can't catch me off guard. I'm always ready.
Did anyone else see that Caragor get blasted across the screen?
Huh?
This time it's not going to be a one-on-one. We're surrounded by Bagabug soldiers who are constantly trying to stab me in the back. I go for the execution even though I know that he counters it every single time. I still go for it. I don't know why I do this. I kick one of his grunts away, and that must have been his favorite because it makes him very angry. I use my machine armor to get some distance from Bagabug using my long range attacks. It also helps clear out these random orcs. Every time I kill an orc, there is a slight chance that their body might become a goddamn explosive. And I'll be honest, random grunt bodies exploding is pretty badass, but it does get me exploded quite a lot of the time. I continue to work away at him using my Elven Light. He also does get lit on fire thanks to all the explosions, so we do get a nice balefire effect. And then he hits me with a ridiculous attack. Look at this. He is not hitting me there. What is this? Overwatch with these massive hitboxes? That's ridiculous. Warner Brothers, sort it out. They're not watching this. Also, thanks to my Nazgul mask, I'm able to dash around Bagabug without it using up any focus. This is massively helpful against Bagabug as he is a shield bearer. Dashing behind him, I can guarantee at least 3 hits before he turns around and smashes me in the face with his shield. And just like that, thanks to all those lovely tricks, Bagabug is broken. Will he join me?
My will is strong.
His will is strong. We'll see about that. As I gaze into Bagabug, the Stormbringer's mind, I feel something break. What have I done? I've created a new variant of crazy Bagabug. I must see what he's become. I travel across the desert region to find this crazy Bagabug. But what will he say? Will he say woo woo?
Why? Right here, get him!
This feels wrong. This feels weird. I've created a Bagabug that's crazy and doesn't say woo-woo. I don't know what to do with myself. This is wrong. This is unnatural in Middle-earth. I have to destroy this abomination. And as I call in another orc to help me, this happens.
Your guards aren't here, but they can find you later. They'll find parts of you here, and parts over there. All over, really.
Grook the Skin Chewer has come to Bagabug's aid, but he's not alone. A larger orc with an uncanny resemblance to Bagabug joins the fight. He delivers a devastating headbutt. I dash away before using my explosive attack. I'm taking on 3 orcs at once here. If I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna have to use as many explosive and AoE attacks as I can. I stun the larger Bagabug and then I hit him with a flurry of attacks. But this only enrages him. Just like the Stormbringer, the Conqueror is fueled by rage. This fight just got a lot more difficult with this larger orc lunging around enraged. I slice the Conqueror on the floor and then I fall to my knees injured. I don't know what happened there. Maybe the curses or the poison got to me. The Conqueror does have a very potent poison on his axes, which I soon experience again. Talion, being infected by the poison, somehow musters the strength to deflect the final blow. And then it happens. Bagabug is cut down by his own flesh and blood. Clearly there'd been some collateral damage during the fight, and the Conqueror's strong poison had seeped its way into Bagabug's veins. He collapses to the ground.
And for you, no hope!
During that close exchange, Talion could see something in his eyes. He was related to the Stormbringer. But what was he? A brother? Maybe a father even. While he was contemplating this, he was caught off guard and cut down.
I figured you for more of a backstab type, not a pick a fight type. No matter. Dead is dead.
Conqueror survived. Bagabug, the Stormbringer, was now dead. Talion knew he needed to snuff out these bad eggs. He couldn't let it evolve into a full-blown rebellion. Still weak from resurrecting himself, Talion set off in search of the Conqueror. He touched down on the most northeast part of the map. We come across what looks to be battle plans, and from that we can ascertain where these traitors are. There they are, the filthy traitors. It looks like they're coming up with battle plans to take over the fortress. Not on my watch.
What are you gonna do now, Grave Walker? You ready to get killed by him again?
I take aim with my bow and immediately clock the Conqueror in the head, just as he throws one of his poison axes. I then turn my attention to the Skin Chewer.
Taste of death, Ranger. Death to all men.
Death to all men. Ha, you sound like my ex-wife. I hit him with a poison elven light, before dashing behind him and charging up my explosive attack. But the Conqueror counters it with his throwing axes. Talion can feel the poison seeping into his veins, but he still has strength for now. He charges back in and attempts to use the explosive attack again. This time it's more successful. He then fires a flurry of arrows into the Conqueror's head before focusing on the now weakened Skin Chewer. Talion could shame him right now. But no, this orc is already crazy enough. It's death this orc needs.
You're bold, I'll give you that. And so much more.
Talion, now fueled by rage, executes the Skin Chewer using a very powerful elven light blast. His festering body clatters to the floor. All that's left now is to destroy the Conqueror. In a one-on-one fight, Talion is superior to the Conqueror in every way. He dashes behind him and charges up his extremely powerful explosive attack, before knocking him to the floor and hitting him with an execution. But this only enrages him. But Talion is persistent, taking the fight to the Conqueror. He knows he needs to end this conflict right here, right now. But in Middle-earth, orcs are never really ever alone. To keep this slippery Olog at distance, Talion hits him with an explosive arrow. He proceeds to focus all of the attack on the Conqueror, but the slippery charges in just as the Conqueror is broken. He lands a blow, Talion is dazed, and then the Conqueror moves in for the kill, slashing Talion, infecting him with poison. Talion, still dazed from narrowly avoiding death, gets cut down from the Conqueror again. The poison is built up. There's nothing he can do.
Even I'm starting to get tired of this, Ranger.
The Conqueror, living up to his name, slays Talion and claims the fort for himself, dethroning the Crippler. This new hostile takeover of the fortress has left the desert region unstable. But who exactly is this orc to Bagabug? You guys can decide in the comments. Is he Bagabug's brother? Or is he his father? Thanks for watching this video, guys. It looks like the desert region is getting its own series. If you like Shadow of War and you're not subscribed, you might as well go ahead and subscribe. Also, if you want to leave a comment down below with where you think the series should go, that would be awesome. And you know, like the video, I guess. You might as well. Cheers, guys.